The name of the game is attention. You get attention, you grow. You suffer from attention, you succumb. It's as simple as that. So if you understand that, it doesn't matter what attention you get, you just need more attention.
So can I ask you to maybe, based on the concepts you were talking about, give me almost like a rap in Spanish of like an introduction that could be like a standard introduction? Because like I think I'm sure you probably have like a standard introduction, and lots of people do on their videos and stuff. That's just basically like the hi, I'm Ian, the immigration gringo or whatever, and here's what do you think?
Give me your hottest subject, the biggest questions that people ask you.
So the script I wrote for the which I was now you're telling me a 12-minute video is fine. So now I'm like, oh, maybe I will just do this whole script because I was thinking more in terms of like Instagram 30 seconds or like stopping people and getting them to just watch a quick clip. Um, the first script I wrote was the main reasons why people can't get a green card when they come to me.
Okay,
Um,
so here we go. All right. Hola, soy Ian, el gringo de inmigración. O puedes decir, hola, soy Ian, el immigration gringo. Voy a empezar otra vez. Hola, soy Ian, el immigration gringo, y en este episodio te voy a hablar de las 3 razones principales por las cuales tú no puedes conseguir una green card. En 5 minutos vas a entender las 3 razones principales por las cuales no te pueden aprobar una green card. Pendiente. Boom, that's the intro. We add a little bit of music on it. We got a little graphic, 2 seconds. Okay, bien, listo. Te voy a explicar las 3 razones. You can use a whiteboard like that, or you can just simply have a whiteboard in your hands and you can teach them the 3 reasons. You don't even need a whiteboard, all right? You can even talk about it. You got to find something that works for you. In my case, sometimes I use this exact same setup over here and I just talk. And sometimes I will stand up, all right? And I will be like, change the camera angle, all right? And I will be like, okay, te voy a enseñar cuáles son las 3 razones principales por las cuales tú no estás teniendo éxito en el mundo de conseguir una green card, ¿ok? So vamos a empezar con esto, ¿ok? Aquí te voy a enseñar rápidamente las 3 razones. Quiero que veas que lo primero que tienes que manejar es tener un trabajo permanente, ¿ok? Una vez tengas el trabajo permanente, no sé qué. Lo segundo es buscarte una mujer americana. No sé, I'm just making things up, right? So,
Nope, that is one of the biggest ones.
it's one of the reasons, right?
Yeah, spouse is usually the best way. A lot of people, most people otherwise can't really. So most of my successful cases are marriage cases.
That is the easiest one, right? That is simply
Mm-hmm.
the easiest one, right? So a lot of people that actually are married with a U.S. citizen, they don't even know how to get started, right?
And
So
that's like my dream demographic to like drill in on all the marketing is is immigrants, undocumented or they're here legally, who are now married to somebody who's a citizen or has a green card.
I'm excited about it, man. There's a lot of potential. So listen, uh, you also want to make it clear to people that's the easiest route if they are married. So you're saying to them, right, without officially saying it, look, if you get married to an American, it's going to become that easier. But you can even give them advice consistently. You can always repeat that message, right? And then you can go in there and just give that value and just explain the different scenarios, right? Like, I know there's other things. For example, there's companies that can bring somebody, they can request somebody. And I've heard that there's a 25% chance of approval, right? There's also religious visas. People can come and get a religious visa from a church, but they cannot make money outside the church. They have to survive, and the church has to be able to prove that they can actually provide for them while they're here. So all that information, man, is value that you want to give to them, so you can get their mind running. So some of those guys are gonna say like, no, well, forget about it. I'll just reach out to Ian once I find a partner. And then maybe 6 months later, they get married to an American and they're like, who is going to help me? Okay, I got Ian. He's been giving me value. The immigration gringos has been giving me value all this time. I'm going to contact him. So you see, the YouTube channel is your source because it keeps on showing up to people. Like Facebook disappears on the feed, Instagram disappears on the feed, TikTok disappears on the feed. YouTube is there permanently.
Yeah, something from years ago can get recommended to you today.
People are going to keep on finding you endlessly. So if you're not thinking about YouTube first, we're broken, man. All right.
Okay.
That especially on a subject like yours, which has so much information. I'm not an expert in the area by no means. And I can already think about probably 17 questions to ask you in this particular subject. You got to put together all these questions. People ask you questions. Whenever you have a consult with somebody, man, write down the questions that they ask you and use that. Use your audience as inspiration, your clients as inspiration to answer these questions on your YouTube channel. The name of the game is attention. You get attention, you grow. You suffer from attention, you succumb. It's as simple as that. So if you understand that, it doesn't matter what attention you get, you just need more attention. Because then that guy who has consumed your content, who found you on YouTube, and you basically didn't give him any hope because they don't have a way to get qualified right now, but they meet a neighbor, and that because this is the thing about these communities, guys, they live together, right? The Mexican crew, they'll 7 of them will live in an apartment together. They'll go to a complex in which 75 different Mexicans are together and they're working on the same building and they hang out together. And you go to a place like, for example, I have a cousin that has a farm with 10,000 acres in Texas, in a town called 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗢𝗪, Texas. And they have a complex, man, that it's all the Mexican community in there. Like it's 500 employees that are there all the time and they're all together. They will talk to each other, right? So if at some point one of these dudes gets married with an American, he's going to be told, hey, have you heard about the immigration gringo? They're not going to say like, oh, have you heard about Ian? There's a company called Immigration American, Immigrant LLC. That's boring, man. The immigration gringo, shit, you don't forget about that shit. You do not forget about that. So when that sticks in a person's head and they run into people, you need to check this guy out. And because nobody else out there is called the immigration gringo, they're going to come to you, brother. Dude, oh my God. I would just go deep with that concept. Have people make fun of you. That's going to be so much fun. You do look like a gringo. You do look like one. All right. I know some gringos don't like to be called gringo. You're going to jump on the offense and you're going to call yourself a gringo and you're going to make people remember you. You're going to make people remember you. All right. So even if they don't need you right now, when they do, because they found their dream wife, let's say that they already have their wife, right? And their wife is a Mexican. She doesn't have papers, but dude, the sister requested them 5 years ago and she finally got accepted. And now this girl now can actually become a citizen herself. Congratulations. This dude now becomes your client, right? So you see how that, I want you to see the future, all right? See it. I see it right now, right? If you go deep on that concept, you're going to be able to dominate that space, man. And that's a legacy right there in the building, all right? So action plans, man. Get those domains, man, going. Do a rebrand. We can help you with the rebrand. Get convinced on this whole concept. Start thinking about the YouTube channel. Get that channel already rolling. Make a list of all your subjects that you want to teach people. It's a never-ending subject list. All right. I used to ask my dad, are you talking about 2,300 episodes before he passed? 2,300 episodes on the subject of metabolism. I used to ask him, Dad, would you ever run out of ideas? He's like, son, never. I will never run out of ideas. This subject never ends. That's just the way it is. And when it does, quote unquote, end and you're lacking inspiration, just listen to your clients, man, and new inspiration will come up and you can keep on talking about it and just break through. I guarantee you that after 100 recordings, you're going to feel like, oh my God, Manuel was right. I got this. Don't think about doing 5 and then feeling like, I don't think I got what it takes. Think about doing 100 before you decide to pull the plug on it. All right. 100 videos. And trust me, dude, you don't want to worry about, oh, I only got 5 views on my video. I only got 7 views. The first 2 years of my dad creating content, he felt like he was an old man talking to himself. And look at him now. His legacy has gone way beyond his body. And he's generating 50 million views every single month that are feeding our organization. And without it, we would not be where we're at today. So you got to get going. This is your future. It's no miracle pill. If you only focus on doing short little videos, that's cool, man. But you're not building a brand. You're not building a legacy. Maybe you get enough to survive right now. That's not your future. Your future is YouTube and taking that content and feeding it everywhere else. And off you go, building a real brand that goes way beyond what you ever dreamed of. All right.